Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 8th grade U.S. history, where this year we will be studying people, places, and events, as well as encouraging your skill building strategies, such as writing different forms of essays and papers, as well as presenting, which you will continue to need in the high school and beyond. The first with the skill building, I would like to show you some technological resources you can use to incorporate into your assignments, projects, and papers this year. So this is Technological Tools Resource 1. I will have a second one later in the year. This first one, just to let you know, we are using Screencast-O-Matic, which allows me to show you what's happening here on the screen as well as talk to you, and it records everything I say and do. So this is a great resource if you are going to be doing your Industrial Revolution project where you need to show the actual machine working, a diagram or a video, and you can record and show and point to things happening on the actual screen. So what I did for this is I just hit the start recorder button and started talking. So this is a great tool to use, and I will review it with you when we get to that during third quarter. Another tool that would be great at the start of the beginning of this year is a digital bookmark. So this was my digital bookmarking site when I took my web class last year, and this was wonderful because as I went through the assignments or I found different resources or my professor did, I was able to bookmark them here on this site. Now if I want to add anything, I go to my library and I go up here to this button, and when I press this button, several options come up. So if you are researching at the beginning of the year using your Chromebook and you've come across a cool website that is reliable and accurate, then you can click this site and you would just type a copy and paste in your URL, and then you would be able to follow the prompts, and this would upload and become your digital library bookmark site. Or if there was an image you wanted to use or some kind of paper writing or a note that you want to do. And you can organize this however way you want. I like this one particular source, the Smithsonian History Explorer, that my professor found that was awesome because it has wonderful primary source resources for you when you are doing your papers or your projects. If there's an actual item you would like to use, which I'm going to show you some of these today, that's another reason I had this bookmark. So this is going to be a wonderful website for you. And like I said, you go to your library once you sign up and register, and you can keep track of all the sites for this class. Another tool that would be great for you to use, and we are going to use it for our warm-ups and wrap-ups this year as you come into class and as you exit class, is this website. It has to do with, it's similar to Twitter, if anyone has ever used Twitter. Now, back in the day, George Washington did not have Twitter. He had paper and a quill pen. So it's kind of going to shout out fake tweets because we know George is not around today for this modern technology. And this will be used whether we talk about something from the day before, so it'll be a warm-up for the next day, where I'll just have you grab a Chromebook and just create a tweet. So we're just going to use George. We're going to use his real name, George Washington. So it can be outlandish, but not too outlandish. Can't we all get along? Yeah, time to write. I've done this before. Time to rewrite the government. Hashtag Constitutional Convention. We'll say 1789. And it's very simple. It should take you a minute or two to think of one and put it in. That's why we're going to do these as your warm-ups and wrap-ups. And it will come out looking like something similar to this twister. Can't we all get along? Time to rewrite the government. Hashtag Constitutional Convention. George is there. And it's kind of funny. I know you don't really get it right now, but the Constitutional Convention was kind of craziness. And lots of debating and arguing and compromise. So that's using Twister, which is the third type of tool. So we have the digital library, we have this Screener-meter, which is allowing me to talk to you. And here's another tool that will be very helpful in the beginning of the year. Babbulous. I really liked this tool when I was taking this class. It allows you to organize your notes into visual graphic organizers. So you just click in, and if this is saved on your digital bookmark site, you'll just be able to add your password in each time. And As you can see I've already created one, but if you want to create one, you just start here and you go down here to this green button. And this is a great way to organize your notes. So if I'm talking about Thomas Jefferson, which we'll get to in the second quarter, he's a pretty important guy in our history, and he does a lot of things. So you take notes in class and we do various activities, but we also have these open notebook quizzes, and this would be a great review tool for you to organize your notes as to understanding our historical concepts. So you just kind of keep working around, and then you would connect things, and when you are done, when you are done, it would go back. I will show you the one that I have completed, which is this one with Thomas Jefferson, and I organized the notes. So again, this may be one of your choices in class when I ask you to organize your notes or do a graphic organizer for your Revolutionary War paper, or this might just be a study tool for you to use. So again, this is Babelous, and this is again on my digital bookmarks. So you can digitally bookmark these sites as well when you create your own digital bookmark, or you can look at my webpage, which will have this tutorial on it. Speaking of papers and graphic organizers, there's two other great tools that we learned about that I really enjoyed as a history teacher and having to write myself. One of the tools is WordNik. Many of you like to use the same words or phrases over and over. So this website allows you to type in a word. I just typed in history, and it will give you definitions. It will tell you examples of how to use the word. It gives you the noun and verbs. It tells you many different ways of the way it's been used. It also has related words like synonyms. They also have antonyms and all these others. So this is a great resource for you to look if you are tired of using history, because I do not want to read it over and over again either in your papers, the same word. You can also use different things up here. There's a list for how to use them. There's lots of things. Relate, again, the synonyms, so you can just go up here instead of scrolling down. Another way, in case this is too many words for you, my husband, who's a math teacher, did not like this site as much as he liked this site. So we'll just type in a different word. This site is called Snappy Words, and it's a visual dictionary. And so you type in the word happy, and when you see happy, here's the word happy, but they give you so many other different choices. They give you joyful, or they say happiness. And if you're not sure what the word is, if it's a noun, it's purple, or if it's a verb, so it's color coded too, so you can tell how to use the word. Glad, cheerful, again, so you're not repeating the same words over and over again, which is very hard when you are writing and you just want to keep saying the same thing. So these two sites would be awesome for you to start using and incorporating into your papers. Now, speaking of papers, you will have a checklist for any papers or projects you do, and we will usually start out with research and finding primary sources, and then you will start writing and probably doing graphic organizers somehow, some way. It could be on the websites, it could be still paper. But once you have written your essay, I would like you to use this site called PaperRater. I really like this site, and I do want to warn you, this does not mean that this PaperRater grade site is going to match up with the grade I give you, because the computer is not grading you on the content of the information you put in, or your primary sources, or the other requirements I have. But what PaperRater is good for is it will show you the style, your grammar, all those type of items. So use a free version. I do not want you to pay for anything in this class unless you ask your parents or you talk to me. Please use the free resources. So you click on here once you're in PaperRater. And what I like is you go down here where it says it will analyze your paper. So if you've written an essay or you've written a paper, all you would do is copy and paste your paper in here. And I have done that for a small project I had to do. And then you select the education of the author. So for you, you would do 8th grade. And then you could choose, is it an essay? Is it a personal narrative? Is it a research paper? You can write whatever it is, and you check this box. So if I was in 8th grade, I would click it. You come down here and do click report, and it will generate a report, and it will tell you how you are doing. It will tell you about the spelling errors. It will tell you about some grammar. It will tell you, oh, I'm using too many passive verbs. My transitions are not there. So this is a great tool to give you some feedback of the structure of the paper, of how you should edit it and what you could do to improve it. So this will come up and I'll have some different things highlighted. And you come over here where it says print. Now, I never printed it, but I was able to see the different items I needed to improve on. Spelling, surprise, surprise. It's great. Now, I will tell you, Mrs. Claus is not a good speller, but I have taken tools such as these to make sure my spelling is not a problem, and you should use a spell checker too. Grammar, my word choice is okay, but you know what? I use a lot of boring words. I need to, or transitions. I need to improve my transitions for this particular writing by using some of these words. So this is a great tool for you to use for seeing what you can improve writing wise. And when you go all the way down here, it will give you a grade. Now, this says I got a 99 as an 8th grade student, but I will tell you as a grad student, I got an 89. So it just depends on what grades you put in as to where you are for writing. This is a good tool, like I said, for a self-check. Now, not only will we be doing a lot of writing, I have shown you a lot of these tools at the beginning of this year, this first week, so you could see your options to use these technological resources for your warm-ups, for your wrap-ups, for your note organization, or your paper writing and research. I will have a second tutorial on technological resources and tools for the second part of the year, which will deal with when you're making wikis or websites, or if we're going to do a flipped classroom. A couple of times this year we will do a flipped classroom where you will do some watching of a video or learning at home and then come into the classroom. But we will discuss that in the second tutorial. I hope that these tools will help you as you embark on this class this year. And instead of it being a boring historical class, hopefully some of these old people and these events will come to life with you using these modern technology resources. Looking forward to seeing you guys use this.